What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have another game simulation, and this week the wheel picked the Packers and the Seahawks. This should be a good game. Last game of preseason week 3. Lambeau Field. Yeah. Packers Seahawks. Next game will be Cowboys Eagles. Regular season week 1. But this is it of what you hear of me. I'll talk to you guys at halftime.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from Lambeau. Gets past one down. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Leading them out is their 6'3" quarterback, the third overall selection in 2018, Sam Darnold.
And I know that last year in 2024, New York Jets fans were watching him and saying, that's the guy we thought we were going to get. But he found his groove in Minnesota, finishing the top 5 in passing yards and touchdowns last year. Now in Seattle, ready to prove that last season was no fluke.
First play and a first pass coming for Darnold. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Faking the give, Darnold. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. First down. Off the play action, Darnold. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I can see Northern trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Now a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Darnold. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. But forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Now Darnold keeps it. And he's going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep in, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, Didn't go their way, did it?
Defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to bring up second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Again, Darnold. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Seahawks first down.
You can do better than that. Really?
Well, that's one way. And a good way to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
On first and 10, it's Charbonnet. Well, I'm not quite sure how he got away from that first tackler, but he won't even be able to get it back to the line of scrimmage there as the defense rallies behind him.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
This offense so far on third down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is third down and 12. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Players for the Seahawks field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So our initial drive this afternoon results in 3. Not sure that that's a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
You're exactly right about that. I love how you framed it, right? Not sure it's a statement, but at the same time, you're putting something out there, aren't you? Letting them know, hey, we came to play today.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And the first possession isn't until the second quarter, but what's nice about it, it's only down 3. So what you sell your team on is, look, 1 possession, 1 drive, we put it in the end zone. We're in the lead in this game. Let's go, guys.
Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And shutting him off down open field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Off the play fake, Love. Pass caught, it's Romeo Doubs. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Love. Completes it again to Doubs. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down.
Second and 5 at the Seahawks 34-yard line.
Love from the gun. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
That's another Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Again, it's Love. Complete once again to Watson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Christian Watson, 26 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned them. And I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's Darnold. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Pass incomplete.
Well, we see him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
It certainly seems like getting him the ball in a passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Now Darnold. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. To throw is Darnold. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. Myers' kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Jason Myers.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
At their own 35-yard line.
Final play of the half. Love toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Well,
so
it's 6 to
All right,
7.
Brandon, thanks
Six
much.
at
Scott Hansen, good to
halftime.
be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team.
Sam Darnold, 11 for 15.
And Charles
Jordan
Davis.
Love, 5 for 5 right now. Yeah.
Scott,
well,
I
will talk to you after the game.
And we'll see what happens here in the second half.
Let's see
Both teams trying to
how
find the right formula
turns
to
out.
come out with the victory.
Packers get the ball, but they're up right now, so.
Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up second down.
At the 30-yard line.
that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now Love. That is caught. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Short throw. He's got Kraft. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And good running there as he takes this all the way up to midfield. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Love now. Now they go screen. It's complete. On the move past the 40. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Love looking to throw it. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter. They'll run on first down. It's Lloyd. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Not one that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. Now second and 5. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter play. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Tucker Kraft, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers get an important score there to extend their lead here this fourth quarter. McManus now for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Well, the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Darnold. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Darnold now to throw. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, they certainly have their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. Packer pressure, and down he goes. The safety blitz staged to perfection. That time is a second for a loss of 6. Oh, free safety blitz. That could be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Oh, good man. He's got his tight end, Elijah Arroyo.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively, they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
A lot on the line here, even for just a preseason game. Jobs to be won and lost. It's third down. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First down.
In need of a touchdown and a two-point conversion here. And remember, no overtime in the preseason, so a tie might be the best they can do. They'll get this one to come complete. And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their number 1 receiver.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready for that? That time they weren't. Here we go. First and goal. Darnold to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And this will be called. Touchdown. So in the final minute here now, a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
The Seahawks
Now Darnold.
for the 2-point conversion.
And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job one was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
So now after the clutch field goal, he's back out there to boot it away in what's now a tie ball game. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Here's 2nd down and 3. Now Love. Watson making the catch. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Love. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
4 yards.
Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Here's 2nd down. Love looking to throw it. Same target. It's Jacobs again. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. This to almost certainly win the football game. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And he missed it. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you pump him up, too. He may be needed to try and win it again later.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Here we go. This to avoid overtime. And he floats one there, incomplete. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
Well, 14-14 overtime. Hopefully this doesn't go into 3 overtimes, but let's see who wins it. I don't know. We will have a coin flip, so we'll see who gets the ball first. Packers won. Honestly, I don't even know how the overtime rules work now. I thought like if you score a touchdown you win, or I don't know if they changed them.
So advantage Packers here. They'll possess the ball first with a chance to win it here in overtime.
Oh wow, what a return.
The 30. And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Opening drive of overtime. Both teams will get a possession, barring a defensive score. Here's 2nd down. First throw in overtime for Love. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. That'll give them 8 that time. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing. Love. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
Here's Love. He'll give this underneath to Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. That's complete to Dobbs.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but now let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Reed. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
A gain of 17 yards. That's another Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Again, it's Love. A throw left side. It's hauled in by Gordon. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Now remember again, a touchdown wouldn't win it just yet, but it can give him a big leg up. It's 2nd down. The handoff. Jacobs running to the left. And this is a touchdown. That's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points. This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now McManus for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Looking to put a drive together. Darnold, his first throw in overtime. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. You know, some of those guys down there, not all of them, are probably thinking it's preseason. Do we need overtime here?
Yeah, the people who need it and actually want it are guys on the fringe trying to make the team, want extra plays, get the attention of their coaches. But really, overall, no one involved in the NFL wants to play overtime in preseason.
But here we are, so seize the opportunity, I guess. That'll be caught by Cobb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Darnold to throw. Gets this complete to Smith-Njigba.
He decided to run a hitch route to really help how the guy could turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. They need a matching touchdown here to keep their hopes alive. Here's second down. Now Darnold. This one goes underneath to Walker. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line.
Well, we're going to another overtime, and if the Seahawks score, it keeps going, but if they don't score, and then we get a field goal, Packers win.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Darnold. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Darnold. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10, just missed that one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And that'll be incomplete with a penalty flag here on the field. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that thing go. So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty. And that forces a 4th down situation. A stop here as a game winner in overtime. Here comes 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And that will force a turnover on downs.
No surprise, they try to throw the ball 4th down.
That is a win for the Packers.
Pick it up.
A little football
101-14. That was a good game to end the preseason on.
Everyone, get your hands up.
But
when the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth.
For the regular season,
so a win here for the Packers, and it was thanks in part to their man under center, their veteran
and then the
quarterback.
Eagles game. So 3 games
total. Don't jump off the page, but it was a steady influence back there.
Since I'm almost in school, since I'm going to be in school, it won't be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Probably be on the weekends.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis. And
this
the
was
best
a good game. Send the preseason on. I hope you guys enjoyed the preseason sims. We got a lot more games to come. 18 weeks, 3 games. 3 games a week, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39, 42. It's over 50 games. It has to be. But Sam Darnold, 1 touchdown, 177 yards, 69.0 completion percentage. And Jordan Love, 2 touchdowns, 217 yards, and a 95.2 completion percentage. That is great. But 21-14 Packers win. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.